I'm comfy watching Jesse Ventura's conspiracy show. This one I'm watching is on 2012 and the end of the world. I'll put a link below. Pretty interesting stuff. I think if you're, like this guy's pretty intelligent. If you make it as a governor, I would say that you're not a stupid guy. He seems to be a very loving person, really, really cares about people, and is a politician, being a governor. So for a governor to even be saying, hey, the scientists, everybody says something is about to happen. They're pretty, I mean, they've seen that the shields are down and the sun is flaring up. And the Mayan calendars kind of see that something goes on with the sun. And the Mayan calendar is also very related to how long it takes us to comprehend something. They almost see that it'll take you this long for you to experience or develop a problem, and then eventually, like when the dominoes get towards the end, how can I describe it a little better? Like the 20s, they thought that in the last Great Depression, they put war and the welfare system is what stimulated the economy, and then we developed a lot of really, really bad behavior that took a long time for us to realize what the truth was. And prior to this big industrial revolution, it took years, thousands of years, for us to shift and develop and make a completely different change. I mean, when I was a kid, the waters were clean. You could go to a lake, and the lake was actually really clean. There was no pollution on the planet when I was a kid. And now every freaking thing is polluted. So what happened? It's not like, humans just arrived during the Industrial Revolution. No, it took thousands of years for us to enter a new stage in our development, that we had to play that aspect out before we get to another stage that is truth. And this is what the Mayan calendar says. It's been an observation that it takes us this long for us to figure something out, is basically what it's saying. Now, there's so many good things about this. First of all, this show that Jesse is showing, is they are revealing that the elites are building tunnels so that when the end of the world comes, they'll be safe underground. Kind of check out the earthquakes. First of all, it's like they're walking themselves into their own jail. So, like this show is suggesting that they're taking all of just the elites to be safe while the end of the planet goes, in that, oh, we should be angry that they're not taking us. And it's like, no, you don't want to go down there. That is not the way to survive what's about to happen. But they don't know that. They're not smart enough, because things move underground. There's molten lava, there's, earthquakes, and the planet, nothing is solid. Everything moves, even rocks. Just sort of think of everything as fluid, and it takes an event to make, the water flow, like the rocks flow, which is, it's hard to sort of picture that it's a flowing effect, but it is. It is. All of the rock molecules sort of break apart when there's an earthquake or when there's volcanoes. Look at all, Indonesia. There's a lot of shit going on. A lot of earth changes are happening right now. And we are seeing the sun is starting to flare up, and they're predicting that we're going to lose all of our power. And this is part of the thing that I guess the major thing that I'm watching so far is that we're just going to have so much chaos because there's no power. And what I'm suggesting is there's a cause that brought down those shields. Something made those shields go down. And you may think it's the pollution, you may think, it's this or that, but, if we knew the exact answer of how to build those shields, we'd be doing it. So clearly, nobody right now knows how to fix the shields in case there were solar flares. But there is a way. There is a solution. And as soon as those elites go underground, it's like we'll keep the lid on them and keep them underground until they decide to play nice. And in the meantime, if we can get humanity to figure out what it is we need to do to change what's about to happen, everything out in the universal world is coming from us. Nothing out there is coming to us. We are attracting it. That's the way all of reality works. But what is happening out in the universe is happening because of the global mind is attracting it. And when the global mind can get together and want to attract something a little different, then we have that potential. This is not so much we need to figure it out. It's a matter of we have the answers. It's a matter of sharing it with enough people, which is, I see the possibility of how it can be changed. I see a possibility of how we can make these shields. I see a possibility of not having the planet completely destroyed. That is one timeline, but it's not the only timeline. There is, in a superposition, there's infinite possibilities, but we are trained and programmed to only see the possibilities, that one person may say, hey, here's a possibility, and that's the direction we'll focus and go down on. And that's what I'm only trying to suggest, is there are solutions, there is a way, but who wants to know it? Who wants to participate in saving ourselves? Because it's us, humanity. And I've had a lot of experiences, very, very strong connection with God. I do believe there is a creator. Something created me, and the patterns, Mandelbrot said, there's patterns within patterns within patterns. This God phenomenon is no different than me giving birth to my 4 kids. I am my children's God. I gave them birth. I gave them life. I am a life creator. Life came out of my body 4 times. So that makes me a God, because I'm a creator of life. But I'm a creator of my own reality as well. Now, if you take that pattern and sort of go outside of our bubble, there's a creator of humanity. It's like something created us. We do come from someplace. And we put a label on it called God, and we put these books on it to make us all fight about it. But there is only one. And this connection that I've had with God tells me without a doubt, like, God doesn't come down and save us. Trust me, never saved me. But God will give you the answers of how you can save yourself. And God can give us all the answers to save ourselves. It's like, it's the same pattern. It's like, I see things differently than what my children would see. Age has a way of giving you experience, knowledge. It's not to say I know it all, but frankly, I can find the answers to anything I want to know. But prior to this abusive divorce, I had the answers to everything that caused my kids problems. I mean, they'd be devastated about something. I could have a 2-minute conversation with them and just point out some things, and poof, they're happy as a clam and everything's back to normal. I mean, children sometimes, they get frustrated with their experiences and don't think that there are answers out there. But that's the way, we are all like that. We think that there's an impossible problem that can't be solved, but that's simply not true. Every problem is a solution waiting to unfold. Every problem is a solution waiting to unfold. And that's true all the way down the line. The universal problems, everything that's coming at us, we are the creators of our reality. And this is a little bit of a problem. But that problem is waiting for the solution. God won't come down and save us, but God will show up when we show up. And that's why I'm kind of frustrated with people that are really tied to their books and their religion, because as long as you're tied to a book or a religion, you're tied to war. Because anybody that doesn't believe in your book, you will fight with them. You will make yourselves feel like you're better than somebody else, which is just fighting words. And it's I live a good life. I mean, I don't have the big house, don't have the big car. I'm not the wealthy person because I don't want to. Um, but as far as a good life means, is I try to, do the best for myself. I try to do the best for my children. I try to do the best for everybody that I can. I try to be a good person. And, I kind of gauge that by the people around me. Are they happy? Are they upset when I show up? Like, do I help other people or do I end up causing more problems? That's how I gauge whether I'm a nice person or not, and whether I'm doing what's, good versus evil. And blows my mind away that somebody would call me evil. But, like, I'm open. I'm open. If I am evil, if I am wrong, I'm open to it. Tell me how. But the only reason that I'm evil is because I don't listen to or I don't believe in a book. But outside of the book, if we just take those phrases out, there's nothing that religious people that, what they believe in, they don't disagree with me. There's nothing that anybody's disagreeing with other than the fact that I say that book is crap. Like, parts of it. There's some really, really good shit in those books, but there's a lot of bad shit. They're written by the elites. It is not rocket science. I don't know why well, I do know why. You're programmed. You're NLP programmed. If you go into a church and they program you every single week that you go in there to believe that you are nothing without a book. You can't walk, you can't talk, you can't do anything without a book. And you're better than everybody else, so you need to fight with everybody. It's just not rocket science, but that's the work of Satan and not God. Satan wants you fighting. Satan, is leading you down the wrong path. But yeah, if these elites want to save themselves, it's like, just let them put themselves in their own little jail. And, seriously, what are they going to do down there for, how long are they going to stay down there? I mean, we could be creating heaven while they're down there. We have so much potential. It's really cool. Anyways, website, hopefully tomorrow I start putting it online and people can start register. It's a website that will join us together. Might take me a year to do it, but it's getting online. Peace out.